we're going to be making mulberry jam. First step to that would be securing your mulberries, which I doubt you would find in the store because they're more of a wild thing that people don't cultivate in the farm unless you have a really cool farm somewhere. So you got to find your mulberries first. And then the berries all washed in the pot. Now I'm going to add a cup of water to it. Looks about good. There's around, I would say, two or three of the small packages of raspberries it would be. That's the amount of mulberries that are in here. And bring it to a boil. If you don't like the amount of water, you can always add a little more, but you can never take it out. So start out with a cup. It's having a nice little boil in here. You can see the water starting to go the same color as the berries. I've got a few more of the less ripened ones in here to make sure that it's nice and sour because I don't like it too sweet of a jam. We're just stirring it until we think that the berries are mushy enough to almost squish together with the masher. Reducing really well, but these berries don't have a lot of water in them, so this is the point where we're going to add another cup. And that should be good. It'll reduce back down more, and then the berries should be ready to squish. The berries are soft. The water is looking pretty dark, so we're going to get in here and start squishing until that everything is into a nice little paste, I guess. And there'll still be lots of water, but that's fine. We'll deal with that in a minute. What it should look like when it's all mashed, kind of similar to a blackberry mash, honestly. We're going to put in our cup of sugar, our teaspoon of vinegar or lemon juice, and just a pinch of salt. And when we put the sugar in, it's going to look like a lot. You can use less if you want to, but it's going to help it thicken and taste a little better. We're going to have to stir it until it's all dissolved and make sure that it doesn't get too hot because you don't want the sugar to crystallize in here. The sugar dissolves, you're going to bring it up to a little bit of a boil, not too high, and stir it occasionally so that you know when it's thickened enough. Concoction is reduced by over half. It's really thick, so we're going to let it cool down so that it can thicken even more and so that it doesn't break the jar, but not all the way. It's still going to be quite warm, and then we're going to heat up some jars with some hot water and get those ready for filling. Jam's cool a little bit. Got my funnel. Just going to pour it in. It's going to slowly go into the jar. And then we're going to have some jam. So you're going to let it cool after in the jar completely before you put it into the fridge. And it'll stay good in the fridge for about a month. If you freeze it, you can freeze it for a couple months in there. So there you have it. There's your pretty much free mulberry jam without pectin.